Alright class, today we're going to be reading Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs by Willems. Now, when I was young, I enjoyed making up stories and situations that my toys could play through. The brave hero might have to save his true love, or the parents might be, taking care of their babies, feeding them and changing them. The possibilities were open to whatever I wanted to imagine. Sometimes stories have unexpected endings, and that surprise us along the way. So, the ending and the characters in this story might end up surprising you too, but we have to use our imaginations and just see what happens along the way. So here's the book that we're going to cover. Alright, and there's Goldilocks, and there are three dinosaurs. Okay. So our book, you can see all the X's. It's all the different types of things. Goldilocks and the three mastodons, Goldilocks and the three lions, but this is not that kind of story. This is a different story. This is Goldilocks and the three dinosaurs. You see Goldilocks there. Alright. Once upon a time, there were three dinosaurs. Papa Dinosaur, Mama Dinosaur, and some other dinosaur who happened to be visiting from Norway. Here's Papa, Mama, and the dinosaur from Norway, which is a really far away country from where these dinosaurs are living. If any of y'all know, do any of y'all know where Norway is? It's a far, far away country. It's across the North Atlantic Ocean. It's in Europe, and it gets really cold a lot of the time. One day, for no particular reason, the three dinosaurs made up their beds, positioned their chairs just so, and cooked 3 bowls of delicious chocolate pudding at varying temperatures. "Oh boy," said Papa Dinosaur in his loud, booming voice, "it's finally time to leave and go to the, someplace else." "Yes," continued Mama Dinosaur, "I sure hope no innocent little succulent children happens by our unlocked home while we are, someplace else." Then the other dinosaur made a loud noise that sounded like a big evil laugh, but that was probably just a polite Norwegian expression. Where do y'all think the someplace else is? Somewhere outside, probably? Okay, let's keep reading and we'll find out. The three dinosaurs went someplace else and were definitely not hiding in the woods, waiting for an unsuspecting kid to come by. So the someplace else is the woods. So you can see they're hiding. They're leaving their house to hide in the woods. Sure enough, 5 minutes later, a poorly supervised little girl named Goldilocks came traipsing along. Just then, the forest boomed with what could have been a dinosaur yelling, "Gotcha!" but I'm pretty sure it was just the wind. The loud noise was immediately followed by another loud noise that sounded kind of like, "Be patient, Papa Dinosaur! The trap is not yet sprung!" But that could have been a rock falling. Or a squirrel. Do y'all think it was a rock falling or a squirrel? No, I don't think so either. I think it's probably the dinosaurs. But Goldilocks doesn't know that yet. Either way, Goldilocks was not the type of little girl who listened to anyone or anything. For example, Goldilocks never listened to warnings about the dangers of barging into strange, enormous houses. Who do y'all listen to? Your parents, your grandparents, your aunt and uncles? Is it ever a good idea to go into strange houses? No, it's not. It's not a good idea. But Goldilocks is doing it anyway. So as soon as Goldilocks came across a strange, enormous house, she barged right in. Inside, Goldilocks immediately smelled 3 bowls of delicious chocolate pudding. Said Goldilocks, "that chocolate pudding smells delicious. If only I could get all the way up to the top of that counter." Then Goldilocks noticed a very tall ladder that just happened to be there and certainly wasn't left on purpose. Goldilocks climbed up the ladder and found herself face to face with 3 gigantic bowls of chocolate pudding. The first bowl of chocolate pudding was too hot. But Goldilocks ate it all anyway, because hey, it's chocolate pudding, right? The second bowl of chocolate pudding was too cold. But who cares about temperature when you've got a big bowl of chocolate pudding? Not her. The third bowl of chocolate pudding was just right, and Goldilocks was on such a roll by now, she hardly noticed. Could you eat that much chocolate pudding? I couldn't. Soon, Goldilocks was stuffed like one of those delicious chocolate-filled little girl bonbons, which, by the way, are totally not the favorite things in the whole world of hungry dinosaurs. Tired and groggy, Goldilocks noticed 3 chairs in the living room, so she climbed down the ladder and walked out of the kitchen. The first chair was too tall. The second chair was too tall. But the third chair was too tall. Goldilocks wasn't going to climb that high just to sit in some chair, so she hiked over to the bedroom. See, she's about to hike over to the bedroom. See how huge that chair is? Do you think dinosaurs use chairs? No, of course not. They have tails. They couldn't sit in chairs. When she got there, Goldilocks noticed that the beds were also gigantically big. "What is going on around here?" groaned the exhausted girl. "The bears that live here must be nuts." Uh-oh. What's the problem with that? She thinks that bears live there. Oh no. Just then, the room filled with a loud booming noise that was either a passing truck or a dinosaur gloating. "A few more minutes and she'll be asleep. Delicious chocolate-filled little girl bonbons are yummier when they're rested." Even a little girl who never listens to anyone or anything had to hear that. Uh-oh. Look, they're hiding in the windows. They're wanting to eat Goldilocks. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen after this? It's possible. You never know. Goldilocks could get eaten. But we have to just wait and see, because you never know. The ending of the story could change, just like we talked about earlier. Goldilocks took a minute to stop and think, which was longer than she was used to stopping and thinking. "Hey," she told herself, "this isn't some bear's house. This is some dinosaur's house." Say what you like about Goldilocks, but she was no fool. As quickly as she could, she ran to the back door and got out of there. Whew, thank goodness. Just then, a loud plane flew by, which sounded pretty much like a trio of dinosaurs yelling "now" or "charge" or the Norwegian expression for chewy bonbon time. Suddenly, and completely coincidentally, the 3 dinosaurs rushed through their front door. But they were too late. Goldilocks was gone, and all that was left in the house were 3 disappointed dinosaurs. The end. Oh wait. Remember, sometimes different endings happen. And the moral is, if you ever find yourself in the wrong story, leave. Goldilocks was not in the right story. She should have been with the bears. And the moral for dinosaurs is, lock the back door. Alright, what did everybody think of Goldilocks and the 3 dinosaurs? Did you guys like it? What were your favorite parts? I think my favorite part is when Goldie realizes that she is not supposed to be there and has to get out really, really fast. And the dinosaurs are not quiet about waiting for the time to try to catch her. Those are my favorite parts. I really like how this story, for me, my favorite part, the reason I like it is because it takes a traditional fairy tale, traditional moral story and turns it around and gives it a new ending, and that's really exciting because you don't know what to expect, and it gives it new characters that are fun. Did you guys have a favorite character? Did anybody have a favorite character of the ones that we talked about? Yeah, I liked the idea of the Norwegian dinosaur. I think that was a pretty cool thing. Well, thanks class. I hope that you guys enjoyed the story, and we'll try to read another one tomorrow.